Welcome to this latest Train Sim World 4 news with your main man, the Aussie Don. My name is Snoop Dogg, what up my peoples? Today we give you the news that the first German route for the Train Sim World 4 era is coming to Train Sim World 4 on Tuesday 28th November 2023, but if you're here in Australia, the route will be releasing on Wednesday 29th November 2023 for people who play on PC Epic Games and PC Steam in around 3 am Sydney, Australia time, 2 am Queensland time, as that is how it has been over the past months with other DLC releases on Train Sim World. Anyway, we got some details about the trains in game and some new screenshots for us to share with you fellow rail fans. So without further ado, let's get this party started here. Introducing DBBR 642 DMU. Where we're going, we don't need wires. The DBBR 642, new to Train Sim World, has become a common sight in recent decades on rural branch lines, with its diesel power moving passengers on non-electrified routes since their introduction in the late 1990s. These two-car multiple units feature an innovative low-floor and boarding design for increased accessibility and are mounted upon a shared bogie to improve safety and ride quality. The low floor also gives the 642 its distinctive large windows for ultimate scenic viewing, particularly for passengers traveling along the scenic main valley. With free roam a popular feature in Train Sim World 4, players with additional route add-ons will have the ability to take the 642 elsewhere across the German network too. Though Maintalbahn in-game may be set in the early 1990s, the DBBR 642 has been in operation along the route in more recent times. Similarly, those with Dresden Ries since upgraded for Train Sim World 4 players may wish to free roam the 642 in and around the Dresden area. Freight Loco, DBBR 363. Joining in on the diesel action is the DBBR 363 shunting locomotive in blue livery, hauling DB Happens and Roosty wagons. Developed in the late 1950 seconds, this formidable shunter was produced in good numbers, with 942 being delivered by the time production ceased in 1964. Players of previous German Train Sim World routes will find this locomotive a familiar entry point into exploring the Maintalbahn route and running services in between the passenger trains, negotiating the single-track sections in order to let them through on time. The route, located in the westernmost part of Bavaria, the main valley wends its way through scenic countryside, with the railway line following the course of the river throughout. This single-track line features a varied service pattern for the DBBR 642 as well as the local freight train servicing industry in the area. Schaffenburg will be familiar to players of the previous Maintalbahn route add-on, which instead cuts across country to join the main valley at Gemmingen much further along. This portside town is served by multiple stations in addition to Aschaffenburg Hauptbahnhof, which forms the northernmost stop in Maintalbahn. 14 stations in total lie along the route, with Miltenberg forming the southern endpoint for in-game services. Completing the Tier 2 Mastery Challenge will also add further drama to the scenery, with the ship launch to unlock services, layers, and gameplay. The passenger experience is primarily full-length runs. The RB88 service is roughly hourly and calls at most if not all stations. RE87 is a semi-fast run, stopping at less stations. There are also shorter shuttles between Aschaffenburg and Aschaffenburg South, and depot/shed maneuvers at either end of the line. The BR 363 shunts freight wagons and delivers them to and from Aschaffenburg Port, as well as a couple of mainline runs, split into parts as a result of the single track necessitating waits for paths, similar to how freight services operate on Maintalbahn. Players with Maintalbahn and Train Sim World 4 will have received the updated red DB livery for the class 628.2, and this version of the older DMU class will substitute into all of Maintalbahn's 642 services. The DBBR 612 from Tharinder Ramp also subs into the 642 services. There'll also be substitutions with the red livery DBBR 363 into the freight services for those that own the separate locomotive add-on. At Aschaffenburg, there'll be a series of AI layers from other German Train Sim World routes, including Bremen-Oldenburg, DBBR 425 Kassel-Wolfsburg, DBBR 401 IC1 S-Bahn-Vorarlberg, DBBR 185 Railpel-BR 193 Vectron Dresden-Ries, Sackers Wagons Maintalbahn, DBBR 146 in Doppelstock. There'll be a handful of scenarios to choose from, including the unique running on vapor scenario in which you need to manage your fuel usage to complete your service without running out of fuel. You start with a minimal amount and will have to fill up once you get to a refueling point. Well, that is it, the latest Train Sim World 4 news. We thank you for watching, and do note that my main man, the Aussie Don, will be doing a special live stream of the Maintalbahn on Wednesday, 29th November 2023 with the 152nd episode of Midweek World of Trains on our YouTube channel, Australia Worldwide Gaming and Entertainment, from 8 Sydney, Australia, 9 UK, 10 Germany, 4 Eastern USA, and 1 West Coast USA. Do come and enjoy that one. I'm out, my gangsters. See you next time for more Train Sim World 4 news.